basically got done with the Lisa murder or banish, and Colton's clapping his lovely hands away, and everyone's, yay, we finally got somebody. That's basically where we left off for today. I mean, we talked a little bit before I went stream. This whole episode for me, I mean, I kind of called it in the last episode, so I was like, whatever. But it was still entertaining. I will admit that it was entertaining, but I don't know. I definitely want you to share your opinion though, because I know you wanted this for fucking a few episodes now.
Yes, I did. I mean, yes. Was it predictable? Yes. I mean, we talked about it in the last episode that this could have gone one or two ways. I was more hoping it would go this way, so thank you for that. But I mean, it also could have been like there could have been questions, and I'm just so grateful that these faithfuls are so stupid that they are like, Candace is 100% coming for Rob as a faithful of all faithfuls, and that's how we are getting this, and I'm very grateful to that. So thank you, Candace, for being an idiot.
Yes, Manfish, thank you for the goat emoji. Yeah, basically, was it a little foreseen? Sure, but I mean, anything could have happened here. I mean, we did discuss a few like options that we thought could happen. I think we brought up Kristin possibly getting the boot because she's kind of like the middle ground. Like, hey, you keep your side of the castle, I'll keep mine. But the turret didn't really go that way, at least from what they showed. I mean, it was kind of like Rob kind of was just like, okay, you can kind of call the poison. Like, I'm not going to recruit, but let's whoever you want to do do it.
It was very much like a stalemate up there in the turret. They're both like. I this is where Candace's downfall was the fact that she and Lisa could never see the bigger picture. Like, of course, as traitors, you want to stick together, right? That is the goal. But if you get in trouble, then you have to know when to, like, yes, of course, would you 100% want to be that person that's like, no, I don't think it's my traitor friend. But with the group of people he was working with, there was no way around that. There was no way around that without making himself look very suspicious. And so again, Candace is still doubling down. She's so mad. Like, why would you do this? I can't believe you would ever do this. It's like, Candace, you should have done this. You should have jumped ship immediately. So we are very much in the stalemate of the turret. They agree that they do not want to recruit at this current moment. I was kind of grateful for that, but also I thought maybe one of them would fight harder for somebody on their side so that they could get the upper hand and target the other person. But I was very grateful that they both decided that was not the case. I will say I was pleasantly surprised with the murder because we all know how I felt about Colton.
Yeah.
But I did not anticipate Rob being like, yeah, whatever, I can get rid of one of my major like numbers because it is a number at the end of the day. So I was a little bit shocked by that, but I'm glad that he could see the bigger picture of like, people will know I would never murder Colton, so that's gonna clear me up. Colton's been running his mouth about Candace. Like, good on Rob for seeing the big picture of this. So very proud of him.
I think it really helps him throughout this episode because I think if Colton was around, what Candace was pitching would have been really better. Like, people would have been more obliged to be like, okay, Rob could be a traitor, but Colton wasn't there, and that duo was just not apparent anymore. Like, basically what I'll reiterate what I said last episode. I thought it would have been good to have Colton get murdered here because that scent gets off Rob. It's because the scent was kind of like, okay, Colton's a traitor, Rob's like probably his wingman in there, and we got to get one of these two gone from the banishment. But Rob was like, okay, if you want Rob gone, he's like my best friend in the game. Like, I think he played it up a little bit, and
I'll give it to you to make it up for you.
And I think Rob deep down knew, like, fuck, like, that is a number one for me, but I have multiple, like, allies. Like, I really do think he's really close with Mora, as we don't, like, see it that much, but, like, I definitely can tell they're close. Like, I think that whole, maybe, who knows. But that whole Dagger 6, well, it's like the 5 now, but
right.
Dagger, well, I guess Eric kind of weaseled his way in there at this episode. But anyway, that group is like, I kind of think they're going to start running the ship a little bit and we'll see. I could be wrong, but I think now that he just, well, spoiler, I guess, for if you didn't watch, but I'm hoping you're watching if you watch this shit, but he basically ropes in Eric at the end, and I think that's going to kind of come into play for the future game, like, of that core. So,
core group, yeah.
And we'll talk more about it as we go on, but I mean, the turret was expected, I guess, like, or not expected, that's what I meant, not expected that they didn't really fight for, like, they recruit one side, like you kind of said, and they basically go to breakfast, and I mean, this is a very, very shocking one to the group, because, like, Colton's been, like, the ringleader of, like,
and they really thought they thought he would be a traitor as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense from the game perspective. Colton is kind of doing way too much, and I think that was his downfall in a way.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, that the shock of them was because they were planning on getting him at the next round table because they were that convinced he was a traitor at that point. And so the shock value for them, I kind of also had the what? Because I was not prepared for Rob to, like, give up a ride or die a number like that. It makes 100% sense, and I'm so glad that he did it. I just wasn't convinced that I've been seeing Rob play this amazing game, and I'm so pleasantly surprised. I didn't know Rob from anything. I've said that before. Mm-hmm. He is really doing an amazing job. I did not know if he had this next level of strategy in him to think like that. And so that's where my shock value came in. Of not that Colton was gone, just like, oh, he actually is. He knows what he's doing here. Like, this is great. So, yeah, it was an interesting thing for sure.
I think this move does prove, like, he came in here with more strategy than we expected.
Yeah,
like more game thesis. Yeah. I think the breakfast is just kind of funny. We kind of get to the point where a lot of the faithfuls came in and they were kind of yapping about who they think could be it. And I think Mara's the first to kind of throw out Candace, like, why did she throw a random vote on Rob? I mean, you and I both knew that was going to come back to bite her in the ass. And it was the first thing that was brought up, like, oh, a new person, we need, someone to, be a target. And that was the first thing that came up. Candace comes in and they kind of bring it to her, like, hey, what the fuck? Yeah. And she's like, I just threw it. And then Dorinda's like, yeah, I did too. Like, and it just claims the theory that these housewives are just fucking not game strategic at all. They just don't care. But then what's our boy Rob comes in, fumbles a fork or whatever the fuck, and Candace is like,
now new evidence.
That's the evidence. He's a fucking traitor. Like, I'm dying. That's basically, like, the whole fucking first half of this episode is those two kind of sitting in their groups and yapping about the other, like... Well, Steven does get brought up periodically, which, again, blows my fucking mind. Like, Candace cannot just, like, look at it and go, oh my god, people are on Steven. Like, let's route it there and then route it to Rob maybe next round. Like, when I have more...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but everyone... Like, Johnny's like, oh, I think it could be Steven. Like, Colt, or, was it to Johnny? Or it was one of the figure skaters.
Yeah, Johnny had said that Colton had brought up.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's a great piece of evidence, like, to tell Candace. But then Candace is like, hey, Rob fumbled the fucking knife at breakfast. And I'm just like, stop. Like, you're not winning.
This is the point that I made last week with that Candace is just being so petty at this point and kind of throwing a little bit of a tantrum. Is because, again, her and Lisa still not being able to see, like, yes, ideally you never go against your traitor, but there are moments that you're going to have to, and you have to know when to, like, do that and when to not. And again, Candace is just like, I'm getting revenge for Lisa, and I'm gonna make myself look like a complete fool. Like, this is insane. But yeah, I just think that this is, a lot of people are bringing up, really good points for Candace. She's not reading the room, essentially, to be like, oh, I might get some heat on this. I also love that, again, Rob being so, like, she doesn't know this information, and I'm going to let this all happen for, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so for her to sit there and basically help herself dig her own grave was just great. It was so great.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe, like, if you're a numbers watcher, you can just kind of tell Like, Candace is talking to the same two people, whereas you got Rob in all these groups. Like, he literally is sitting outside with like 6 people, which that's already a majority. So you already you're already figuring it out. Like, Steven's having confessionals about he wants to stay on his side because of the number or the vote. What is it? The dagger? Yeah, dagger extra vote. Mark's talking about it could be with he wants to stay with the numbers. Like, everyone's already like kind of dictating this vote before we even go to the challenge, and I'm like, yeah, the numbers are just not looking in Candace's way. Like,
yeah,
if I was in the game, I would be jumping on either Steven or Candace at this point. I would not be trying to dictate a random third option, which, again, I get it, but get these. It's kind of like how you start the game, how they started the game. Get these like names that you keep floating out, and then that's when you bring up like a new like random like Rob, because then people are like, oh, there's no other name. Like, this could make sense. Like, I don't know, right. Just a little early, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's done, signed, sealed, delivered that it's going to be Candace at this round table before we even get to it, like before we get to the mission or anything. So yeah. So I can see why people said it was a predictable episode. Very good predictable episode.
Yeah. We get some sassiness in there.
There is. I want to talk to you about this mission though, because
go for it. Start it. Let's talk.
Had me cackling on my couch. This was so. I loved this mission more than I probably should have. It had me laughing from moment to moment. The fact that one team completely royally screwed this up every step of the way, and the other one's just doing great. This one was obviously very much reminiscent of the dolls and the singing that we got last time. But I just thought it was so fun that they thought they were on par. They're like, there's no way. Oh, we got the cow like jacket. This is definitely. They're like, it's a horse. It's 100% a horse. They had zero idea what that other team had creatively, but the one team solidly did a great job, which banked them a lot of their money. So
yeah,
I mean, that just it made me laugh. I'm assuming you were laughing as well.
I at the start was like, stupid mission, I still don't even understand it, but then they started getting into it and I was like, this is hilarious. Like, these two teams both think they're doing amazing, and one is just not getting the perception across to the three, and it's just cracking me up. And the girls are like, oh my god, we're so emotionful and picture ready, and I'm just dying. I'm like, I mean, you guys are killing it, so I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we do see that Kristin does get a shield as well here, in front of everybody, which little to her knowledge here. Rob is a traitor, which is great knowledge for him to have.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I can't murder her. So that was, I love that Rob fought to go for the shield. And
I'm glad it wasn't Johnny that went, because again, a little fast forward, I'm kind of hoping Johnny's the one murdered, but
yeah.
I mean, that Kristin got it too, because I do think she's always an option.
I agree with that. I also love, again, in this moment, that this is Candace trying very hard to be petty and being like, he's never gotten it. Like, just trying to keep him out of there. You want a traitor in there to find out who has the shield. Like, I don't understand why you're so mad. Like, you want a traitor to either get the shield and keep it from a faithful, or you want them to be in the know of where the shield is so that you guys don't make a royal mistake up in the turret when you're murdering. Like, I just don't understand why you're just doing this again to be petty. This is so stupid.
The whole mind is that, like, all that's on her mind at this point is that she wants him gone, like Rob gone. So, like, 100%. She doesn't even care anymore. Like, no. I just feel like game thesis is out the door. Like, he's getting murdered tonight. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. 100%.
Or banished. God, I get this confused.
Yeah, you can't make mistakes like that. You'll be the next person.
I know. I'm fucked, low-key. I'm getting banished.
I'm coming for you at the round table. I got all the evidence I need.
God damn it, I pulled a Porsche.
You're out. But yeah, I mean, very, very funny. I think this is a clever, fun, like, challenge. I approve of that message. I had a good laugh during this, but yeah, I mean, nothing really crazy to report there other than Kristin got the shield and Rob knows about it. One team sucked and one team didn't, and now we're like talking we're talking and strategizing here. I do think another point that Candace makes a massive mistake on here in the strategizing is she's like wanting to only talk with one person and like give us a minute here, and it's if they're already sus on you, don't be in a room with just one person, because now you're condemning that person too. Like that was I question so many things about Candace. I also see a lot of fans out there with Candace that are like, she did such a great job. I'm like, okay, let's not have blind.
Do we not remember that she started a conga line in front of a gamer?
But also, I mean, like, she's so, because at one point she says too, like, you throw my name out there, because like she's like, how did Colton get this information? You know what I mean? And she's like, you threw Lisa out there, and I'm like, girl, you threw Lisa out there before you even knew who your traitors were. Yeah. Like, you threw Lisa out first. So she's one track mind, tunnel vision, and it's not helping her in any way, shape, or form here.
I would like to know, and this is my thesis. I don't think Rob would have went for Candace if she just didn't get sassy right after the first Lisa vote. Like, no. I definitely think she was a little tunnel vision and like sticking up for her housewife in that moment. Like she could have just dropped it, like kind of blended in, and just like she probably should have voted Lisa too. And at the end of the day, I think those two would have kept working together. But again, I don't know. Like maybe Rob had it out for both of them in that moment. But that's not the read I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not the edit that we're showing or anything like that. Again, I agree that if she would have been like, I don't love it, we should always be helpful and like try and defend one another. Mm-hmm. But like, I understand with that group of people, there was no way that you could have voted Ron or Colton in that or whatever. You know what I mean? So like, I think if she would have been open, I do think, here's the thing, I think Candace and Rob would have been great traitors together. Yeah. But like she has this chip on her shoulder and this attitude, and it didn't serve her at all. So
she's been doing really well. Like no one was talking about her name until literally the vote that she randomly threw on Rob, and then it started, at least in our POV, that she was now starting to become a threat. Which is even funnier that she takes Steven aside to go talk one-on-one with Steven when they are both the names that are being talked about. Like, come on. Like, why are you taking... Because the ice skaters see it. They're like, oh, okay. And then they just turn around and walk away. I'm like, why are you...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
weird?
Now you're condemning Steven now, too. Poor little Steven, like, unbeknownst to him, he's just like, hey, buddy Candace, how's it going? He has no idea what's happening.
I do want to say, I think it's even funnier how biased this house is, because Rob just walks right in front of Steven, goes, hey, can I just talk to you real quick for a sec? And Steven just walks out, la la, like no nothing in the mind, like, oh, it's
nothing
just
weird about that.
Two faithfuls talking. I love them. Like, this is so nice.
I think that's the thing with Steven is like, because he was just doing that, and Candace had dismissed people for those two to talk. So I mean, again, I would be questioning everything, but I think this is where I was worried last week, so I'm so grateful that this didn't happen. Is that I thought people would be like, oh, she just went after the most faithful of the faithfuls because she knew that no one would ever get on board with that. And I think that that's where Rob is at currently in this moment of people are like, he is the most faithful of us faithfuls. Like, thank you for that.
Rob is totally playing like a Dylan if Dylan was a traitor game. I almost feel like everyone's just in love with this guy. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter what he does at this point.
Rob could throw fucking, let's just pick a random, like, he could throw Tara under the bus, and everyone would be like, yeah, you're so right. Like, Tara is a traitor.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, let's get to this roundtable, too, because...
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is where we really see Rob shine and how much power he actually holds. Like, he has these two votes, like, and his name's coming up and people are being like, yeah, I mean, why did you fumble the fork? Which I'm like, what? Okay. But, I mean, again, to know the read of the room, too, to be like, to get heat on yourself at a round table and not feel like I might have to play this. Like, he seemed very confidently like, I have faith in all of these people. And I think that also proves how well connected he is with this group.
Yes.
That he knew, like, anybody can say my name right now, and I know my group of people are not voting that way, and I don't need to play this right now. And I'm like, that is just crazy, because like anybody, when you start, especially at a round table, anybody could get convinced over the stupidest things, you know? And
Yeah.
so
I mean, Johnny went with the wind again and went right on the canvas.
I called that one, though.
You did. I will give you
yeah.
that. Johnny floats with whatever the fuck that table says. I will say when you're at a round table and people are defending you, that's a really good indicator that you probably are fine. And I think that's where Rob was, because I mean, right out of the gate, it kind of just jumps onto Steven, which we all kind of seen coming just from the convo. And then, you know, Rob got jumped on by Candace, but then it kind of just went right to Candace. And you watch and you're like, okay, if it just got swapped that quick, you probably don't need to play the dagger, because you probably have some votes. Like, I would have risked it too if I was Rob.
Yeah, well, I just think, like, again, this is on Candace, and I don't know how people are thinking that she played this game really great. They immediately went to Steven, and Steven is not doing a great job defending himself. He's like, I swear it's not me. I've never been a traitor ever. I don't know what the turret looks like. He's doing a horrible job at defending himself, which I did anticipate, because I don't see Steven. Steven's like the boy next door, your like favorite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
hi.
This buddy, golden retriever type of person. So I would expect nothing less of that. So for Candace, knowing that she's on the chopping block, for her to not jump on that is the only way to save herself. But again, this tunnel vision comes back to bite her. But yeah, I mean, thankfully Steven, in his horrible way of defending himself, and then her being so naive to think that they are all going to vote for Rob here, just turns around so quickly on her. And it was glorious. It was a chef's kiss. Like, I was there for it.
I'm pretty sure almost everyone went on Candace here. Like,
yeah, I think she would. Well, no, Natalie voted because she was mad.
Who did Natalie vote?
Tara.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. Whatever.
All these people.
I forgot that, and I just watched it an hour ago.
Yeah, but that was more of like, oh, well, you came for me and lied about it. I'm gonna. Again, these people they have to stop thinking so emotionally. It's a game.
Very emotional season.
Yeah, this is a game. You guys come on, you got to give this up. But
and I'm here for an emotional train wreck season. I mean, you already know, like, Survivor-wise, I love my emotional train wrecks. Gabon's fucking one of the best.
One of the best, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I don't understand. Again, when you put a bunch of non-gamers in a game like this, we're gonna, of course, get this moment. But I think
expect
for us,
it.
Yeah,
you have to expect it. Some people don't expect it.
Yes. But thankfully, everybody listens to Rob. He is the most faithful of the faithfuls. He would never be a traitor. They all listen to him. And by Candace, she said something here that I think is going to help Rob later on, and I want to get your thoughts on that. So
let's hear it. I can't wait.
She says during the round table quite frequently. She even had said it a little bit through the day, but there's a point that really drives home that I think this is going to really come back to help Rob. She mentioned several times, you have to start looking and thinking of the people that no one is talking about. And she keeps bringing this up. And as we see when he does his recruitment, which we're going to talk about, I think that's going to come back to save him when he needs it.
I did not even put that together. Now I know what you're talking about. That's smart. Yeah.
So I was worried she was going to actually, like, somewhat be that, like, obviously they can't, it's in their contract that they can't reveal who the traitors and things like that. But I really thought that she would find a way to, like, loophole that rule to really point it at Rob. And so I'm glad that, like I thought she'd be something like, you know, the traitors more of a snake than they give themselves, or, you know what I mean? Something to, like,
the traitor really has tattoos. Watch out.
Wears overalls. No, but yeah, I mean, I was really worried that she would do something stupid, but I do think that those comments that she said are going to come back to help Rob. And so I want
to also say, when you say these, when she keeps saying that same statement of watch out for, like, the people you wouldn't expect, there's like 5 of them. I mean, it's not Rob. Like, if you're saying that to me, I'm thinking like Mara, Johnny, Tara, Eric, way fucking before I even think Rob, because at least Rob is more out there. Like, he's more in the game than, at least it shows, like, them. Like, Steven's, again, the puppy, and you got, like, Natalie's a gamer. Like, she's obviously strategizing. Maybe. So let's kind of fast forward, because I have some theories too that we should discuss.
Yeah.
So let's get to everything else is kind of whatever until we get up to the turret, and then he's basically forced to recruit. And you have your choices. I think he brought up was it Mark? I'm forgetting the first person that he brought up. Was it Kristin? No. Natalie? No.
He might have brought up Natalie. I know that
Steven.
He brought up quite.
It was Steven. He brought up Steven.
He brought up Steven, which again, Steven would have been a smart one because he's got some sus. So if they do decide to go back on Steven, then that saves them in another round because they get another traitor. I mean, Natalie, she's had some sus on her too. I think that Natalie would have been a horrible decision for Rob because I think she would try and take over. So I'm glad that he's through. I mean, Mark would have been an interesting one.
I really wanted Mark. I won't lie. I thought he would have been fun.
I thought, like, Mark's been posting a lot more trader stuff, and I found, especially recently, so I was like, did Mark, like, oh, you don't see me strategizing, just wait, and so I was like, okay, he's gonna recruit Mark. Like, this is why Mark was messaging or posting. So I would have been interested to see a Mark in there, but I think that he also talked himself out of that by like, would Mark change too much? Like, I think people are really convinced that he's a faithful. Seeing him go around and work these kind of things out, I do like that he really. I'm pleasantly. I say this every time. Pleasantly surprised with how Rob is doing in this game. He's very, very smart, and I never saw that coming. So I think it's amazing, which I know we're going to get to with his choice here. I do have to throw this out.
Oh no, let's hear it.
We have to point this out because it is a topic with the Eric thing. Johnny's also starting to get some sus on him a little bit, which has been interesting. I also love that Johnny threw shade at Lisa. I don't know if anybody else caught this comment, but he's like, I just don't see Lisa up there strategizing in the turret. Damn, Johnny, like, that's so rude.
You are right.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, we've got Lisa, who's probably not strategizing, and then we just got Candace. So who's up there? Who's the brains of it all? Which worries me because, like, again, Rob is very smart. So I was like, if they start thinking like, who's making these decisions? Who's the strategic person up there? You're gonna go and look at like a Natalie. You're gonna look at a Rob. You're gonna look at those ones that have like that strategy mind, right? So that made me a little nervous. Again for Rob because of these things, but thankfully Johnny's got to now suss on him, which is gonna help Rob. But I love that Eric gets the letter and he goes, I know this handwriting. I know exactly who this is. It is Johnny. Johnny is the thing. But I don't know how Eric's going to use this because obviously he can't like be like, I got a recruitment letter and like because he can't say that, right? So
right.
Like it would be a great piece of evidence of like I've seen him write all this time and this is how I know it was Johnny. But yeah, I think that this is one of the things that I think is going to hurt Johnny moving forward here is that Candace and Johnny were very close.
Okay.
So I do think that is going to be where they probably go towards a banishment here, where Rob and Eric go, because I think that we even saw at the end here that they started to talk to Tara about this, and Tara's like, oh, he could be like my traitor angel. Like that would make sense. Like even now Tara's starting to get on this. So I do think that's where we're going to see the banishment go next week. But yeah, let's talk about the Eric thing. The shock of it all.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of talked a lot about it, but I'll give you my opinion. I think it's going to be okay. I think Eric could fumble the bag a bit. Just being he's kind of naive and quiet and reserved. That comes back to bite you after a while if you don't kind of play a little bit, because then people are thinking, well, why the hell is he not getting banished or murdered? We should probably put more sus on this guy. So, like, it's kind of, oh my god, my cat, what are you doing, bro?
I know. I was like, it's not my cat this time at George.
I'm seeing the flag start to fly.
I know.
But, yeah, at the end of the day, it's an okay recruitment, in my opinion. I'm more interested in seeing what they do at the end game now. This is where you start setting it up, and Mark said it really good in the episode. Like, you got to kind of start trusting your gut and just trusting the people that you're with. And now that Eric's, I mean, if he's stupid as hell if he chooses not to join because he's out of the game, but we're assuming he chooses it, and they have some decisions to make, and obviously you can't get Kristin here. I Some of my theories, I think they keep Dorinda in as long as possible because I think Rob tried to play the it could be all housewives card a little earlier, and I only feel like it's gonna keep coming up. I mean, Dorinda's acting like she doesn't know what the hell's going on pretty hard. I mean, that could be sus in a few episodes here. It could be the next episode for all we know. And then you have Steven, like he's not getting murdered. You can't murder him right now. He's probably going to be the one banished, for crying out loud. So really, you have a few options. And see, I'm a little more afraid of Johnny than you're giving him credit. I think Johnny's going to catch on to this Rob train. So I'm thinking maybe sniff it out now, murder Johnny, and let's move on before he kind of gets the clue. But the problem is Johnny's talking to the right people, which it's not getting relayed to Rob. So I don't think Rob knows that Johnny is kind of sniffing it a little better. But I think it might be Tara that they kind of clip here, because if you kind of think about it, everyone else is aligned with Rob. So who knows? Like if Rob was mega strategic here, maybe he cuts like Mark low key just to kind of get that alliance kind of like, oh shit, it can't be any of us. Like, you know what I mean? So there's a few options I think could happen here.
There are a few options. I will say I think with regards I'll come back to that with Eric here in a second. With regards to the 100% Eric's taking this. Like, I love that they always are like, is he going to choose to get murdered or become a traitor? Of course. Like, I love that they put the line in there of like, I'd rather die a faithful. No, you won't. You want to win the money.
Faithful.
Right. Like, you want to win the money. Shut up. So I'm not even going to entertain that. He's going to become a traitor. So those two are going to go to the turret, and they do have to murder. I do agree with you. I probably would take Mark out here, but again, the numbers game. So I know you don't want to completely sell out your numbers here. So Tara would make sense because she is not part of those numbers. It would also get at something like take away a number for Johnny. So when he is trying to come at the round table. But my fear is if he does do the Tara situation, that then Johnny's going to really come hard. Like, she didn't have any connection to Rob. So maybe Candace was like a traitor on traitor. So I think that is scary. I do know that the Dorinda thing, he did float up, like, what if it was a turret of housewives? But I think Dorinda is such an idiot and just there for, like, breakfast that I think that Dorinda probably goes here.
Oh, okay.
I do. I think that I think it's easier to just do Dorinda at this point because she's also not part of your numbers. You don't have you know what I mean? I think that would be like, I don't know. I would probably do Mark, but I wouldn't get rid of the numbers. I think Dorinda goes here.
Okay.
That would just be my thing. I think Tara is also a very good option for that. I just feel like that would maybe not be great for them. So I'm hoping that that's not where they go, but that is definitely the two bigger options that I think here. One thing I want to talk about with Eric that I was bringing up earlier, I think with Eric here, he is the type that I think he's going to show that he's now a traitor. I don't think he has enough in him. And then because of the Candace comment of you have to look at somebody you wouldn't even completely expect, I think that's what's going to end up making Eric a banished player, and then they're going to get another traitor, which is going to help push Rob towards the end game.
Yeah.
And I do still think that Rob will win this as a solo traitor here.
I agree with 90% of that, because I do think the strategy was to grab Eric to get Eric eliminated. If it could go far enough to where they don't even recruit again, but if Rob recruits again, I really think it's a duo traitor win.
Well, I'll double down on that if he does recruit again, I do think that Eric will come later. I think, right. I don't think it's going to happen right now. So I think it's going to be close enough to the end game that they won't recruit again and he will win as a solo traitor.
Yeah. I'm on that one more. Yeah.
I do also see it happening that if it does happen soon and they make him recruit again, that he series that other traitor at the finals and pulls a Suri moment. So I still do think that he wins as a solo traitor regardless. All right.
No, I'm with it. I'm with the solo.
Write it down.
No, we should have these stated down. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he is very loyal to an extent, and I think if he recruits that close to the end, I don't know. It's almost like I feel like he'd bring in like a Mark if he keeps Mark in that long, and then they just win the game together, or like a Natalie. But again, Natalie, if he did Natalie, maybe she does turn on. I don't know. I think Natalie's. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have faith in Natalie at that point.
I have faith in Natalie too. However, I think with Rob, I hope that he is selfish in that where he cuts just like Suri did with Ari. I think a lot of people got mad about the Suri thing with Ari, but she put in the work from the get go. And
Suri killed it.
There's no way I'm sharing that money with somebody that came in 3 days before we get this check. There's not like I brought you in to protect you. Basically, you get immunity because you're a traitor. So like no. Absolutely not. I'm not giving you my money that I worked all season on. So I do hope that Rob, he is a very loyal player, but I do hope that if that's the case, that he plays a very selfish game and cuts them like Suri did.
I'm glad we have similar thoughts, but little different endings. I like that. We'll see what happens. I'm really hoping the third option doesn't happen where Rob goes home and then Faithfuls win. I do not want to see that.
I'm not even speaking that into existence.
Yeah.
But no, I do think, I think that this next like couple episodes are gonna pave the way for what we're gonna see in the finale. So I think in the next like 2 episodes we're gonna clearly see how this ends. Because I think if they can get 2 more murders in and get like a Johnny and like maybe they go back to Natalie, Steven, or even let Eric go. I think then Rob is set up pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I'm cementing for this next episode that we're gonna see an ice skater go. Murder. I really want to say Johnny. I really think that's the best one, but I just don't know if Rob and Eric know that Johnny's kind of thinking differently. So I kind of think it could be Tara. So I'm gonna lock in Tara. And for the banishment, I'm between Dorinda and Steven, but I think with the numbers, it's probably Dorinda. You kind of talked me into it. I think numbers wise, I think it'll be Dorinda. Again, I do think Rob can push that housewife thing, but I also know that this house knows, like, at this point, someone was in there strategizing, and you got to keep in the people like Natalie and Mark for those type of banishments. Dorinda's not strategizing 100%. Like, she's just not. So she's kind of worthless at this point to, like, keep around as a shield. So banish her. I'm on board with it.
Well, I'm gonna have a flipperooski on you.
Oh, no.
I think that Dorinda gets murdered.
Oh, okay.
I think Dorinda gets murdered, and I think Johnny gets banished.
Interesting.
So I do think Ice Skater goes, but I think Johnny's gonna get the dagger to the heart like he just did to Candace, and it's gonna be Tara doing it. And I'm here for it. So I think I'm gonna do a little flipperooski. Dorinda gets murdered. Johnny gets taken out.
All right. I like that we have the same exact thought, but just the reverse spots.
Yeah. Ice Skater and Dorinda.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we shall see, though.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much this episode in a nutshell. We kind of, we close a lot of chapters, low-key, in this episode, and we keep one open with Steven. I mean, I don't think anyone's reading that book as much, but we're about to start a new chapter with a new turret, basically, Rob and Eric, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
We pitched our final thoughts. I think we're both pretty high horse trader still. That's going to win. I would have it at 80% my way. I definitely if Rob gets murdered at any point, it's definitely at the end game at this point, in my opinion. I just won't expect it, is what I'm getting at.
I agree. And you said murdered again, so I'm coming for you with the
Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm all fucked.
You got it out twice. You totally.
I am a traitor. I will admit it. I am screwed.
I am the faithful of all faithfuls that's also a traitor that you would never know.